Hey friends, it's Cold Stare, and in this video we're going to go all over Azeroth to discover 10 unique and rare hunter pet tames. First up is Magmarax, the magma hydra found in the Abyss raid from Dragonflight, and I know I'm not the only hunter. The first time I laid eyes on this hydra, I could not wait till it was tameable. Just an amazing fiery spell effect on its back, makes a really noticeable stomping sound as it runs next to you, and it actually just became tameable a few days ago with the launch of the pre-expansion Midnight patch. It's a hydra, so all 3 hunter specializations will be able to tame it, and it is of course a unique model. And it all begins by heading to the Abyss raid, which is located in Azeroth Cavern. If you played in Dragonflight, you're of course going to have no problem getting to it, but if you're new to the game, you're going to take the Valdrakken portal in your faction's portal hall, and just like I'm doing in this clip, you're going to leave Valdrakken and fly to the base of the mountain, and there's going to be a little opening. This is what's going to take you into the Azeroth Cavern. Fly all the way through the tunnel, and once you reach the big opening in the cavern, you're going to turn right, and at the very opposite end of the zone is where you're going to find the raid. Now, at the time of this video, solo queuing in LFR difficulty for Dragonflight raids is not yet available. So if you're watching this in the future, I would recommend queuing into the wing that has Magmarax. That's going to be the fastest way to do this. Otherwise, I set the difficulty to normal and it wasn't too bad at all. And I believe it's the first 6 bosses you have to defeat to access Magmarax. I'm showing you here after Rashok, you have to run up that chain to get to Skarn. After you defeat Skarn, there's this little opening in the ground in the back of the play space. Right behind him, that's what you're going to jump into, just like this. And once you reach the bottom, there's going to be the platform. That's what you're going to cross to reach Magmarax's play space. So go ahead and make your way there. There's going to be some Hydra trash, clear that out, and that will spawn Magmarax. And this is going to be your opportunity to tame. So if you're not BM, you would just tame and you'd leave. But if you want that matching tandem pet, it will respawn again pretty quickly. So definitely worth coming out and getting. And here's Blaze Seeker, an elite rare found in island expeditions. It's an undead hound, which means all 3 hunter specializations will be able to tame. And with the exception of Forsaken hunters, you just need to make sure you've got the simple tome of bone binding unlocked. That's what allows you to tame undead pets. And if you don't know how to get that, I'll put a link in the description box. So it all begins by queuing into island expeditions. And if you didn't play in Battle for Azeroth, not familiar with what that is, Alliance, you're going to take the Borealis Harbor portal in your portal hall. And just outside the Trade Wind Market, you're going to look for Flynn Fairwind. He's the NPC that's going to help you queue into island expeditions. Horde, you're going to head to the Grand Bazaar where you're looking for Captain Rezo Kun. He'll queue you into the island expeditions as well. So finding Blaze Seeker is going to require a little bit of determination because certain conditions need to be met for it to spawn. You're going to want to go to the Wowhead website where you're looking for Today in WoW BFA section, and you're looking at island expeditions. Keep your eye out for Yorindal with Vrykul. Then you're going to queue in and you're looking for, every time you map in, you're looking for either Yorindal or Molten K. In Yorindal, that's where I found Blaze Seeker. Apparently, from what I gathered, it can spawn in other island expeditions. It's just a very rare chance. Anyway, I used a tar macro, and I mapped in. I used it. If I didn't see Blaze Seeker, I just left, and I kept queuing until I got Yorindal, and that's where I found Blaze Seeker. This is a really rare pet. You're not going to see many hunters with this because you really do have to be determined. I think it took me a couple hours of queuing into and leaving island expeditions before I found Blaze Seeker. So stick with it. Eventually you'll find it. It's a great looking pet and an excellent addition to your stable. Next up, Ramonta the Insatiable, a cosmic worm that can be found in Koresh. You'll notice that she's an exotic pet, so if you want to tame her, you're going to need to be in Beast Mastery specialization. She does not have a unique skin, but what made me really like Ramonta is not just the unique title she has, but you can only tame her while you're on the Void Hunter quest. And to get that quest, you need to head to the northernmost zone in Koresh, the same one with the Manaforge Omega raid. There you're going to head to Shandara, right where I've marked on the map. And then you're looking for Magister Umbrix. He's going to offer a quest called A Common Cause. That's what's going to lead up to the Void Hunter. Now, if you've unlocked Void Elf Demon Hunters, I believe this was a prerequisite to that, so you may have already completed this quest. If that's the case, just try and find a friend who hasn't, party sync with them. Anyway, you're going to do the quest line until you reach the Void Hunter, and Leona here is going to join you. You're looking for the yellow dots on your mini-map, and there you're going to feed the Void Tempest mobs to Ramonta, and she's just going to continue to feed. Eventually, she'll come up and be hostile. Now, it's important when she comes up that you ice trap her. If you don't, Leona, the Void Elf rogue that's joining you, will attack her and disrupt the taming process. So don't forget to do that. But otherwise, yeah, great looking pet, definitely worth coming out and getting. The Lone Hunter is a vanilla wolf model that can be found in Eastern Plaguelands. It made the list because not only does it have a unique skin, it also retains this interesting title it has after taming. And all 3 hunter specializations can tame the wolf family. So go ahead and make your way out to Eastern Plaguelands, and just east of Darrowshire, you're going to find it laying on top of a hill. It'll look like it's dead, but if you get close enough, it'll become hostile and attack. So once you arrive and walk up the hill and see the Lone Hunter laying there, you'll notice there's a sword sticking out of it. Now, any viewers that have been taming pets for a long time, you may remember this. If you followed a very precise taming method, you could actually get the Lone Hunter to keep that sword in it. And it was pretty neat looking, but it eventually got patched in. So don't waste your time. There's comments out there on the internet still suggesting you can do it. Don't waste your time trying to pull this off. It did get patched in. So anyway, I usually avoid pets that are like this. You just walk up to them and tame them. I like unique taming processes, but I love that it's just laying there, easy to miss. It's not marked as a rare, so hope you decide to come out and tame it. Nuts is a unique skin mechanical pet found in Ashara. And if you're new to hunter pet tames in WoW, you want to make sure you pick up the mecha-bond imprint matrix from the auction house prior to trying to tame mechanical pets. If you're playing a gnome, mecha-gnome, or goblin, you won't need to worry about that, but all other races will need to pick that up. So make your way out to the secret lab in Ashara, right where I marked on the map. Reaching Ashara's Horde is super easy. Just head outside the back gate of Orgrimmar and you'll be right there. Alliance, your best bet is probably to take the Mount Hyjal portal at the Earth Shrine in Stormwind. Fly east from there. Once you reach the secret lab, you're looking for that burning building. Go ahead and head inside, and there on the floor you're going to find that blue journal. Go ahead and click that and read it. This is what's going to initiate a series of events we have to follow in a very specific order to summon nuts. You're going to start by heading to these coordinates. Go ahead and click on the thorium manifold first. Next up, you're going to click on the antimatter containment device. Third is the flux containment release. And the fourth and final device to summon nuts is the hydrosync router. If you clicked everything correctly, you should see a goblin yell that nuts has arrived. This is your chance to tame. Nuts in the past has killed me. I don't know if it's because I was in a leveling bracket or what. So don't be afraid to CC or turtle prior to taming. Flying above the canopy in the hinterlands, you can find the unique skin griffin Jetwing. You'll notice that it's a feathermane, so you want to make sure you have the tome of the hybrid beast. If you don't know how to get that, I'll put a link for it in the description box. Otherwise, all 3 hunter specializations will be able to tame it, and it likes to patrol this area just north of Valorwind Lake. And similar to the Lone Hunter, it's sort of just hidden in plain sight because it's not going to activate any rare scanners, and it's just high enough that you probably never noticed it while you're questing out here. If you've watched any of my past videos, you know my preferred way of taming these pets that are really high up in the air is to just use the toy fruit basket. It will aggro the pet without damaging it, and then once Jetwing flies down, it's a really easy pet tame. It seems to have about a 2 or 3 hour respawn timer if you're wanting a matching one. Another unique hunter pet tame corpse scarab is a beetle that can be found in the Naxxramas raid in Northrend. And it made the list because not only does it have a unique skin, it also has this interesting trailing effect behind it as it runs around. And it's also a little bit smaller than the other beetle models you can tame. So go ahead and head to Naxxramas. It's in the Dragonblight zone, and it's this sort of floating ziggurat up in the air. So you fly up underneath it to access the raid. Once inside, you're heading into the Arachnid Quarter, right where I've marked on the map. You're going to take the first left, and that's where you're going to find the Anubra Khan raid boss. So once you find yourself in front of Anubra Khan, go ahead and get just close enough to start the encounter, but do not attack him. He goes down very easy. Don't use any AoE moves. We are just focusing on those ads, the crypt guards. It'll take a few minutes. You might think you've done something wrong. Just stick with it. Eventually, you'll see, just like it here in this clip, the corpse scarab will appear, and that'll be your opportunity to tame. And since it's a beetle, all 300 specializations will be able to tame it. So really cool and interesting pet worth coming out and getting. And here's our second worm of the video, Disembodied Jormungandr, found in the Storm Peaks. This is the result of a comment I got on another pet tame video, the viewer was disappointed that we'd gone yet another video without this pet being in it. So here you are, friend. It's a unique model with a kind of transparent appearance, so really cool looking. So this is one of those pets that's going to require some work to get to, but that's okay. We like that. I love any pet that requires time, effort to get to. Makes it feel a little more special. So anyway, start by heading to K3 in the Storm Peaks and then go into the inn. There you're going to find a goblin NPC named Gretchen Fizzlespark. She's going to offer you a quest called They Took Our Men, and you're just going to follow that quest line, and it's going to continuously lead you up to Thorim and then into the Sons of Odir area, the phased area they're in. Full disclosure, it's a little bit of a long quest line. I just had a movie playing while I was doing this. You might want to pull up a guide, a Sons of Odir rep guide, maybe on Wowhead, just to make sure you're on the right track the whole way. But you'll know you're getting close once you're to Thorim and he's giving you quests. That's what's going to lead you up to this phased area right here. So the quest we're working towards is the daily feeding Arngrim, and to have access to that, we need to be revered with the Sons of Odir. I got lucky. The Wrath of the Lich King time walking weekly event was going on, so I was getting additional reputation, so not sure how long it would normally take, but anyway, this is it. This is the daily that we're trying to get. Once you've got this is when you're going to be able to tame disembodied Jormungr. So go ahead and accept that quest. It's going to start off as a roaming Jormungr, like you see in the clip here. Notice how it's not really transparent until you engage with it, and then it's an easy pet tame. You're going to trap and tame, and that's all there is to it. Goody is the first tall strider I've ever had in a hunter pet tame video. Located in Ashenvale, this is a horde-only pet tame. It does not have a unique skin or title, but the way you go about taming it is pretty silly, and you'll see why in a few moments. Alliance players, if you do want to tame a tall strider that looks like this, just head to Northern Barrens and look for ornery plain striders. They're the exact same model. So anyway, this is just more of a funny, silly pet tame that I wanted to show you guys. So start by heading just north of the Shrine of Asina. There you're going to find this night elf hunter wandering around named Alina Adun. And we're going to do the old switcheroo and take her pet and make it ours. Fenrir is a unique skin wolf found in the Legion dungeon, Halls of Valor. And depending on whether or not Halls of Valor is currently in the Mythic Plus rotation when you watch this, will determine if this is either an easy or a difficult pet tame. Right? Because what makes this a challenging tame is that the Halls of Valor dungeon needs to be set on mythic difficulty, and you need to go in there solo. That is the only way this will work. So if it's currently not in the Mythic Plus rotation, you should be able to go in here and very easily bring down the first boss, Heimdall and Fenrir. That'll allow you to tame. If it's in the Mythic Plus rotation, you'll need to be prepared for a pretty difficult challenge here. I did this back when Fenrir first was tameable in Legion, and I remember spending hours on this. So once you defeat Heimdall, you're going to head past into this hallway, turn right. This is going to take you into the field to the Eternal Hunt. This is where we're going to find Fenrir. Once you pass through this portal here, that's when you're going to look for his paw prints, and you're just going to follow them. Once you find Fenrir, go and start the encounter. Once you bring his health down to halfway, that's when the fight will temporarily stop, and he's going to run to the other side of the fields of the Eternal Hunt. You're just going to follow the blood pools on the ground. That's going to lead you right to him. So go ahead and follow those. If you happen to be doing this while it is in the Mythic Plus rotation, I actually have no idea if it ever will end up in the Mythic rotation again or not. Maybe it won't, but let's say it does, and you are doing this the way it was meant to be, a challenging fight. Just be prepared, because that fight he will summon adds, and that is the actual difficult part of the encounter. So once you bring Fenrir down, this will be your opportunity to tame. Amazing looking pet. The runes light up when you run around. Fenrir, I would say, would make it in my top 5 all-time hunter pet tames. Amazing looking pet, worth coming out and getting. And the last unique hunter pet tame, Windsteed, a stag found in the Wandering Isles. This is only accessible through the Pandaren Heritage Armor quest line that brings you out to the Wandering Isles. But the good news is once you complete that quest line, you will be able to come out here on any other hunters if you want to tame the Windsteed on them as well. So Horde, you're going to start by going to the Emissary building and finding G Firepaw. Alliance, you're going to find Asa Cloudsinger. Go ahead and accept the quest, Invitation to the Spirit Festival. This is what kicks off the Pandaren Heritage Armor quest line. So the requirements to accept the quest is, of course, you have to have a Pandaren, and you have to be at least level 50. You don't need any reputation requirements. Now, let's say you don't have a Pandaren hunter, but you have another Pandaren that's high enough level to do this. Like I said, you can complete this and then come out on your hunter to find these Windsteeds, so don't let that stop you. Anyway, these are the locations of the 4 different colors of Windsteeds you can tame. You can tame all of them. You can tame just the colors you like. Once you're out there, you don't have to finish the Pandaren Heritage Armor quest line at all. The moment you land on the Wandering Isles, you're free to start flying around and exploring. But I definitely recommend completing the quest line. I had a lot of fun doing it, and the Pandaren transmog that you earn from it was also pretty cool. These were also the new color Cloud Serpents you're able to tame while you're out there. But that's all there is to it. That's the wind steed you can find in the Wandering Isles. Definitely a good match for your Pandaren hunter if you happen to have one. And that's 10 unique hunter pet tames that you can go get right now as we get ready for the Midnight expansion. If you have any questions, corrections, comments, please feel free to leave them in the box below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in Azeroth.